202, the 90-second rule. So a feeling fully felt lasts only 90 seconds. And the only thing about that is you got to let yourself feel it, like everything of it. So what you do, you have to find a safe place to do it. And it probably should be a quiet place where you're not going to be disturbed. And so the thing is that we resist these feelings. And the more we resist, like 90 seconds can turn into 90 days. And there's reasons why we feel depressed and numbed out and not able to do these things. So it's just, you got to let these feelings move through you. It doesn't feel good, but it is necessary. So 203, the 1 hour promise. You don't need a promise forever. Just promise 1 hour, then another, and then another. Whether it's just to get through the day sober and to clean, like you got to do that. You got to count minute by minute. And so if you're in that pain or that hurt, do that 90-second rule to fully feeling it. Do the grounding exercise. Do that 1 hour promise where 1 hour you promise to yourself, I'm not going to pick up, I'm not going to use. I'm going to reach out to somebody for help. 204, the crisis line. So if you're in crisis, call 88. That's what it's there for. You're not a burden. You're a human who needs help. So please just call 988. And I believe that is the national line. I think it's for North America. Like, I need to look into that. So if you're in tier 1, your only job right now is to stay. If it's survival, not to fix everything, not to figure it all out, just stay one breath at a time. So I made a free crisis guide for moments like this. Let me know if you're interested. I put it together. I'm just trying to get these things figured out. So if you're interested, please comment, send me a like. You want to stay up to date for when it comes out, please follow. And so tier 2, self-care and overcoming self-sabotage. So the villain at tier 2 is the people pleaser. The one that's going around and is hoping that I'm going to be a nice guy. I'm going to be a good guy. I'm going to go give and give and give to everybody else, but I'm going to abandon and not take care of myself. I'm not going to ask for what my wants and needs are. And I'm actually people pleasing. I'm hoping that by me doing this, that you'll look and be like, "Whoa, wow, what a nice guy! What a good guy that is! That guy deserves a pat on the back." Looking for validation. Does that sound familiar to you? Because if it does, like tier 2, you need to have some tier 2, man. Tells you the saying tells you saying yes keeps the peace. But the thing is, it hides you. You're not really being your authentic self. Pleasing others, especially when it's over yourself. Don't get me wrong, doing kind things and good things for people is good, but like when it becomes where you're abandoning yourself and like putting everybody else's needs ahead of yours, that's when it's a problem. So and then you have that fear. If you set a boundary, or if you say no, everybody's going to leave you, everybody's going to abandon you. And so that's the important thing is like, if you feel that way, if you feel that, you should flake, man. You should follow. There's some tools in this that I'll be sharing with you. I welcome you to be part of this. Be part of the brotherhood, man. I've been there. It sucked. I'm glad I learned about it now. I wish I learned about it when I was younger. You know, if you're in your 20s or so, like, man, that would be the best place to learn all this, especially being in the tier 2. Like me, I was in survival mode and tier 1. I was in tier 1. Like, I'd say throughout like a lot of my life, but like especially when I was sobering up the first couple years, definitely for sure. And so some of the struggles that you might have is you say yes when you want to say no. You feel resentful after you made a decision, or if you agreed to something and you just feel that ick or that irk inside of you. It's your body telling you something, your spirit telling you don't like that. And so it's important to look at those things. And if it comes off and you come off as bitter, resentful, and come off as passive aggressive, like, you need to follow this. You need to follow me. You need to start looking at some of these videos. I got some free guidelines that you can have. I'm putting it together and you're welcome to utilize it. Just let me know that you're interested. I'd love to see you on here. I'd love for you to be part of this journey. And so if you could also feel like you don't even know what you want anymore, like you don't know what your needs are versus what your partners are. I'm going to do this for my partner and I'm going to just keep saying, "Oh, yes, dear. Yes, dear. Oh, no, your highness. No, your highness." Like, then you're just going to become a people pleaser. That's just you're going to lose attraction. They're going to dump you and you're going to be like, "Oh, what happened?" If that's what's happening to you, you need to follow. Comment your situation. If you want to email me, I could send you what my email is. I'd love to hear your emails too. If you send me some emails, I'd love to address them. You just let me know. I'd like to hear your situations. And the other thing is you've tried to change, but you keep falling back, and that might be out of fear that if you change, that people are going to leave you and abandon you. And the thing is, the biggest thing, as long as you don't abandon yourself, as long as you're there for yourself, let people come and go. Especially if you change, they're not meant to be in your life forever anyway. Plus, if you stay there, they're just making you small, they're holding you back. Don't let anybody do that. If you're going to change, if you're going to grow, you deserve that. You deserve to have the best life that you possibly could. And I want you to know that. And if you want any help or if you want any guidance, I'm here. You just let me know. Like I said, send me an email. And the other thing, you feel exhausted from performing, where you're just giving to everybody else. You're putting on a happy face for everybody else, but you're screaming or you're in pain and stuff. You're not living your honest life. You're not living your authentic self. And if any of this strikes you, or if you feel attacked by this, if you're feeling defensive, you might have to have a second look at yourself, because like, if you're getting triggered by this, that just tells me I'm onto something. And I think you should follow. Even if you don't like me at first, follow. This is for people that are struggling and are legit. If there's trolls on here, I'm not going to give you the time of day. You could just keep trolling on someone else. I don't have the time of day to give you the time or the attention. I barely even want to tell you this. But if you're someone that really wants to change and that wants to take a deep look at some of the things I'm addressing, follow. I'd love you to be part of this brotherhood. So if you're in tier 2, you have done and looked at the survival. You're not in crisis anymore. Congratulations. But you're stuck. The patterns you just can't break. So I spent years saying yes to things that I hated, and I just felt regret and pain after. And I'd overgive until I resented everyone, and I'd abandon and would not give anything to myself. I feel drained. I feel like I had to put on a performance, and I believe that's the only way I could be accepted and loved. Then I'd feel guilty for being angry. Like, what self-sabotage is that? So that's the people-pleasing loop. So I know what it's like to lose yourself, one yes at a time. If this hits home, hit like, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Follow for more real talk. And if you're ready to actually do the work, my website is ShaneKellyIntegratedHealing.ca. Free 15-minute consult, no pressure, just a conversation. Till next time, take care.